go. What's up, guys? This is Omega Liar, and I'm bringing you not really a gameplay, but actually just a class analysis of the main classes. And as you can see, two of them are my name because those are the two I normally use. I mean, these are the ones I changed because I told you I have two brothers and we all have equal amount of classes. But I'm just going to go through. I've already changed up 4, so the 2 core ones are mine as well. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you why I use each class and variations of each class, and maybe you'll find some success in it too. Because for the most part, I use classes that generally people who want to do really well don't use. Because I find it sort of unfair if I use a Type 95 or a PPE 90, and I don't find it fun if I just kill people so quickly. I want to have a challenge, and that's why I use these classes. So jump right into it. Here you see I'm using the MG36, which is my favorite LMG because it looks like the G36, and I think the G36 is terrible in this game, so this is like the alternative for me. And I have red dot and kick. Now this gun is heavy on the recoil, so I think kick is kind of necessary, and it definitely does a lot to help me on long range because it's mainly what it's for. But I also have the red dot because the iron sights in this gun, the way the gun recoils and the visual recoil throws me off. And for the most part, it's hard to stay on target without a clear red dot in the middle. And that's generally why I use that. My secondary is the MP9 with a silencer. This is like my standard secondary. It's by far the best machine pistol in the game. I know T-Mart made a video about the FMG, or the FMG9 or whatever it's called. But I personally disagree. I think its fire rate is way too quick, and it has way too much recoil for its kind of power. And the MP9, I believe it's like a 4-shot kill, but it's a 4-shot kill with hardly any recoil. Throw a silencer on that, and it makes it so controllable. And I definitely recommend it. You'll find success. It's not meant to be used as a primary, although definitely I think it's the only one that could pass as a primary in this game. Moving on to equipment, a standard Semtex and flash. Obviously, you can change flash for any of these things. I don't suggest throwing knife, but if you really want to, you can. But any of them are fine. On the tactical, it really doesn't matter. I haven't tried out the trophy system yet, and I'm still not entirely sure what it does. I'm going to test if it does just flash and stuns, or just like regular explosives that kill. But I'm not positive about that. Now onto my perks. My perks are pretty important. As you see right here, I have sleight of hand, hardline, and steady aim. This is like my new standard. In the other game, I would use either hardline or scavenger with sleight of hand or steady aim and marathon. But I find marathon not as useful in this game because mainly because of the way the maps are designed and how it's always close quarters, and you don't need to run that far to find action. Now Hardline is the best perk in this game, especially when you're running the kill streaks I'm doing, which I'll go in real quick. Because my favorite kill streaks in this game is the Predator, Attack Helicopter, and Reaper. And this is a great kill streak setup because when you're running Predator, it's an easy 5 kill streak. Almost always gets you to your Attack Helicopter, and the Attack Helicopter almost always gets you to Reaper. So basically, this is like the Predator Harrier AC-130. And obviously you can switch out like Attack Helicopter for AC-130 or Reaper for AC-130. I don't suggest getting rid of the Predator missile because that's what starts it for the most part. And but I find a lot of success in this kill streak setup. And obviously you have support. I either do something like this. I don't generally use that. But Recon Drone is surprisingly good because I recently found out it flashes and stuns people. As well as putting them on the radar. But what I suggest for support is running either really low or really high. So you either want to run UAV, counter UAV, or SAM turret, or you want to run escort airdrop. I don't suggest EMP or Juggernaut. So you want to run escort airdrop with advanced UAV and a stealth bomber. But I prefer assault. Anyway, so with the perks, obviously hardline is amazing because most people get at least 4 assists a game, which is 2 extra kills every game, and that can make the difference in any given situation. Sleight of hand is very useful for this game because swapping weapons, especially when you're using an LMG, or sorry, just watching time here real quick. Alright, Yeah, so you definitely want to use hardline and steady aim. Steady aim, I love it. It's just useful in a lot of situations if you want to spray someone down. And its pro benefit is arguably more useful than the actual benefit of the perk. But in the interest of time, this is the class, and I want to move on. So my custom class 2, this is the one you'll see a lot from me. It's my submachine gun class, which is the UMP with a silencer and rapid fire, or with an MP9 silence. Same perk setup and same everything else. This is my specialist package. For the specialist, this is my heavy rush class. And I know I'm not using extreme conditioning, but you really don't need it. So what I like to do is, first I start off with Assassin because I like running around the spawn. And after that first kill with a silencer, I'm off radar and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I follow Assassin with Scavenger because when you use rapid fire on a submachine gun, you fire very quickly and you run out of ammo. So picking up ammo after that is very useful. And Blast Shield just as a in general useful perk. And then after that you have everything, so it's not a huge deal. But that's the way I like to run this class. It's super heavy for the rush, and everything about it is a lot of fun. Now what you can do on this is take off attachments, put on kick and just use a silencer. I don't suggest rapid fire without a silencer. And what this does is make it almost like a Modern Warfare 2 UMP. Because the UMP is like one of the lightest recoil submachine guns as it is, standing right next to the PP90. So you get even lighter recoil, which makes it like the UMP in Modern Warfare 2. Plus the silencer is definitely like the Modern Warfare 2 UMP, and it's got decently good range, and you'll see I have a lot of success with this class, so I suggest it. You might find success too. If not, you could swap that out for the PP90, because, well, the PP90 is really good. But moving on to my third class, and arguably my favorite class, this is my M4A1 class with 2 attachments, and it's a red dot and a silencer. Silencers are extremely important in this game. If you want to stay off radar in general, without using Assassin, because I like Hardline way more than Assassin. I'm having trouble giving up Hardline for Assassin, but I'm using the same assault streaks here. Honestly, the best assault streaks. I'm actually gonna make a video about the Reaper because I found something interesting that I think most people don't necessarily understand. But on this class, I use Bouncing Betty because this is a more stay back class. The thing is, when you get kills with this class, I'm generally holding down an area and I'm not rushing, but I'm not as far away as I would be with an LMG, so I have to worry about people coming back from revenge kills. So that's why I run the Bouncing Betty. Now I also have the Stinger, and with Sleight of Hand and Hardline, it makes it much easier to pick up kill streaks by shooting down UAVs. And the Stingers are very good because I've been able to take down Osprey gunners before someone can even get the care packages that an Osprey gunner can give. So, but about the main part of this class is the M4, and I think the M4 is probably the best assault rifle in this game. I know ACR, it's lighter recoil, G36 is better at range, but the M4 is it's like basically the same M4 that you had in Modern Warfare 2. It's very light recoil, very good at range despite its 5-shot kill, and it's one of the best up-close assault rifles due to its fire rate. And it's not the fastest fire rate, and obviously you have the Type 95, but when it comes to all the other ones, it does fire faster, with the exception of the FAD, but the FAD is the 4-shot kill. So I think the M4 in general is the best all around, and I enjoy it a lot. So you can do either kick, and generally when it comes to the proficiencies, they're all useless except for attachment and kick. Like, you don't need focus, it doesn't help that much. You don't need breath, it really doesn't help that much. Impact you might help, but it's not nearly as useful as reduced recoil or double attachment. Anyway, moving on to my last class, which is the most interesting, arguably, is my sniping class, which is basically my M4, is my MK14 replacement class, because I picked one up and I was really disappointed to find out that they made a fire rate cap extremely slow on the MK14, which means that I won't be able to do what I do. And but what I was able to do is I have a few Dragunov gameplays, but the RSASS is basically the better version of the Dragunov. It's actually the M21 EBR with 21 shots. It's got a 1-shot kill without a silencer to the head and upper body. which isn't very good compared to the Barrett DAS-50 or the L118, but it's extremely good when you're considering the way I play, which is based mainly on the fact that I have a fast trigger finger. And now when you put the silencer on that, it becomes, I believe, a one-shot kill in nowhere. But it does if you throw kick on top of that. Now I haven't tested this because T-Mart said kick doesn't affect it that much, but I will test it, and maybe I'll throw an annotation in here to tell you if kick actually does anything. Because if kick doesn't, you would use silencer ACOG, and that would definitely be the best for this. It would become an assault rifle that's a reliable 2-shot kill, 3 shots through a wall, and it's definitely something you want to do. But I recommend this gun. I find so much success in it. The way everything about the gun, it has recoil up to the right. It's like basically 1/5 of the Barrett recoil, and it's really controllable, and it's a lot of fun to use, and it's something you won't see every day, but you probably will see it a lot from me because I'm planning on using this gun all the time. I'm just over 11 minutes now. I gotta finish this up. So standard, everything else. So those are the classes I recommend. This is from a subscriber request, and this is where I find a lot of success. So LMG for holding down a point and picking up kill streaks to support your team. This is like my support class, even though I'm using assault. But this is my heavy rush class. This is mainly for the smaller stages and when I'm playing kill confirmed. I use this class all the time. This is my all-around in general and shoot down stuff class. my anti-air support class. Definitely a good class. It's well balanced, sleight of hand with the M4 is really quick reload, so you don't even need a secondary weapon. And finally, my play dead, because in search and normally I will be using scavenger on this class. I just realized, but in search and destroy, what I do is I do sleight of hand and assassin, so I can play dead, and I'm always off radar, and it's really nice. So this is my close range, piss people off because they don't know I'm their class, or long range sniper class, but not the one-shot kill sniper. If you really wanted to, you could just replace this with a Barrett, and it would work just the same. But that's my class analysis video. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and you'll get a mind of what I do. And it's actually fun. I just realized I have, with the exception of the shotgun I'm using, I have an assault rifle, an LMG, a submachine gun, and a sniper rifle. So it shows you a lot of variety instead of just all assault rifles or UMPs. Excuse me, SMGs. But hopefully you enjoyed this. If you liked it, comment, rate, subscribe. I got tons of stuff like this around discussion videos and commentaries and all sorts of stuff. So if you liked it, comment, rate, subscribe.